Hello, guys, and welcome back to Making a Cat Cry, where we are going to see if this at all helped Katia's mysticism powers of telekinesis at all. I have reservations, but let's see. Katia, tame metaphorical equine. Tell Aggie, you think that's kinda stupid and also impossible? Uh, I'll, I'll try. Though, do you have any more specific directions? The whole thing with unicorns and bridges is a little abstract. Mysticism is abstract. If you think in concrete terms, you'll only get concrete results, like falling downwards or objects stopping when they hit something. You have to think a little less like the world and make the world a little more like you think. The thinking is rarely concrete, unless it is. I guess it depends on how your mind works. My mind's kind of a mess. Well, that's the best kind of mind. Messes have the most going on, and the most that can happen. You just have to bridge the gap so it happens outside rather than inside, like an orange. What? Like an orange? Yeah, the ghost neglects to go any further into detail. I That's the best kind. Messes have the most going on and the most that can happen. You have to bridge the gap. Just so happens outside you rather than inside you. Like an orange. O- I feel like this is the emotion that he's trying to conjure, like the what? But I think he's trying to get us to just accept the insanity. I don't know. Katia, do a little practice first. Start with something small, like one of the pegs. Since it's lighter, it'll be easier to tell when you're getting close to something that works. Alright then, if he's not going to give me any cohesive advice, it's time to start experimenting. He's right, I've used telekinesis before, I guess I just need to focus. Experiment 1, weaponizing puns. That seems like a pretty reliable route. Look, you might not get what this ghost is trying to say to you, but come on, you should just wing it like always. Now, don't become a raving lunatic, Katia. You're still able to use telekinesis no matter how awkward it may seem. No foul play here, just wing it. Do it. Do the thing. The brainy movie thing. Don't go all bird-brained on us. Let's wing it. I think that whole table might be beaconing to take flight. If what that guy is telling you is curiously correct, wow, this is hard to read, then I bet you'll make that table fly. Especially because it's a table without clipped wings. It was made to soar. It might still be a fledgling when it comes to this, but I have faith in you. You can do anything you set your mind to. Just stork to it. Even if you don't take right to it, it'll be okay. No harm, no foul. Those aren't even good. Like, half of them are just wing it. But no, it doesn't seem to be helping. Hold on, the ghost interrupts. You're still trying to brute force it. What do you mean? Your amulet is reacting, which means you're trying to force a full-on, mentally vocalized spell past it, and it's stopping you. You should be able to feel that. It feels like trying to pee when you don't have a urethra? You tell him that you've never not had a urethra. He thinks about that for a minute, then concedes. Yeah, maybe that's a ghost experience. But you said your magic set things on fire, right? That's raw magic. The sort that takes willpower. You're muscling magicka into energy and then throwing it at the world. The old arts like mysticism are softer. You're taking energy that's already there and changing how it presents itself. Lifting an object with pure magical energy would be like trying to push a cart that has no wheels. Instead of applying force, you should apply a wheel. I thought your analogy was about unicorns, not wheels. If unicorns had wheels, if unicorns and wheels are that different to you, you might be looking at mysticism wrong still. He's telling you to try and figure out how to use magic by seeing how those cat puns triggered your flame magic. Looking back, those puns hurt your feelings, and then a fire started. Looking at the situation logically, ironic I know, it would appear that maybe your fire magic was triggered whenever you had that feeling of being hurt. And this conclusion also may lead to the possibility that maybe your magic is controlled by your emotions. So, think back to what you felt when you used your telekinesis in the past, and maybe that's the key. Alright, I guess that seems like a step in the right direction. When I used fire magic, it wasn't the cat jokes that were powering it, it was the fact that they were jokes about me that hurt me. I was using them and enduring them away, and like the ghost said, that's willpower. I used it to ignite magic energy. If the other animal jokes were able to trigger my telekinesis, then there must have been some deeper emotion they were triggering. When you use them, guess, when you guys use them, I guess I felt confused? So maybe telekinesis is powered by confusion? I think things would have been flying around her this whole time if that's how that works. It's not working. Wait. Wait. She's looking at the camera. Oh no. What are you looking at? Like, which building and who are you speaking to? Do you think they can help or something? I, uh, I guess I was speaking to the back of the inn. It just kinda seemed like the right thing to do. Maybe I'm starting to figure this witch hunting stuff out, or maybe I'm losing my mind. Either one seems like a start in the right direction at this point. Check your inventory for telekinesis. Potato bread, eye patch, thieves guild pamphlet, letter from vampire, some spices. Oh, that's neat. It reacted just to me mousing over it. Look, I've explained this before. My inventory is a mental abstraction of the items I'm carrying, not my abilities. And even if it did show my abilities, it's just some imaginary list showing what I have. It doesn't actually store things or allow me to access them. That'd be kind of impossible and ridiculous. You turn your attention back to the actual, non-stupid ideas. If destruction takes willpower, then what does mysticism take? Intellect? Enduring pain builds willpower. That what builds intellect? Reading? Learning? Thinking? I'd say I'd say analysis covers all of that. Gaining information, piecing it together, and reasoning a solution. Analyze the problem. I've already been analyzing the problem, and so far it has done nothing. Regardless, I carefully consider what I know. According to the witch hunter ghost, puns and wordplay aren't the proper way to trigger telekinesis, eliminating my one mildly reliable approach to magic. If I'm using telekinesis properly, then the amulet of silence shouldn't be able to stop me. And apparently, the secret is to think like a witch hunter, which I'm still kind of trying to figure out what that means. So I guess I'll try a whole bunch of things. You have to lift peg without touching it. It's not that hard. Just kind of imagine it floating. Peg continued to be a Peg continued to be composed mainly of earth and refused to rise, in the absence of a violent or unnatural force, in accordance with Aristotelian physics. Bug. Spider. Where did that spider come from, though? Oh, just literally crawled all the way across the screen. Simple birds fly. Telekinesis makes things fly. Just imagine the force of your mind like a bird flying into stuff or picking up stuff and flying over to other stuff. Stare at that peg. Think like the peg. Be the peg. Peg. Lift from table. Well, you can't say she's not trying. Look, mysticism is old-fashioned stuff, right? Like super old-fashioned. Perform something equally old, like a rain dance of some kind, and tap into those ancient roots to get the peg to float. I don't think that's a rain dance. That's a dance, but not a rain dance. Focus on a single peg. Clear your mind of everything but the peg. Focus on an upward motion. Follows Fells, try to start a fire under it to move it upwards. Make fire. Be cat. Meow meow. You have got to make fire. You are going to need to make fire now. Fire. Meow. How about if you remove the pendant before trying to use the spell? Yeah, this isn't working. This is stupid. I'll just tell the ghost how insane this is. I can see the amulet flashing and sparking. It's blocking all of my magic like it's supposed to. If I could just, take it off, I could concentrate on the pieces, do the pun thing, and have no problem getting them to move with my mind. The ghost rolls his eyes, looking a little frustrated now. That's not moving, he says. That's flopping. That's like downhill skiing on snowshoes, or giving a haircut using a halberd. The sort of stuff you'd expect from a Nord. Being a witch hunter is about acting with nuance. Throwing nothing but raw energy at a problem gets you nothing but problem-loving slathered with cold, sticky energy. What? That was a weird description. But it worked. With the amulet off, I actually got things to move, a little if nothing else. It was easier than what you're trying to get me to do now. It wasn't easier. You just knew how to do it. Sometimes the easiest method you know is the hardest method there is. It's like to someone who knows only how to dig with a spoon. The notion of digging something as large as a trench will terrify them. All they know are spoons. As far as they're concerned, digging is simply difficult. The only way they can imagine getting any easier is if they change digging with a spoon until they get stronger, faster, and tougher. And the dangerous people, they'll actually try this. Everyone who will ever oppose you in life is crazy. Burly dude with a spoon. Wait, everyone who will ever oppose you in life is a crazy, burly dude with a spoon, and you'll never be able to outspoon them. Even the powerful people, they just spoon harder and more vigorously than everyone else. Like a hungry orphan child eating soup, except the soup has power. I'll level with you. I kind of lost track with where this was going. But what I'm saying, giant talking cat, is that everyone is stupid. They attain a narrow grasp of reality and live their lives as though there is nothing else. But you, me, creatures with imagination, we weren't constrained by our experiences, we're inspired by them. If we have trouble digging with a spoon, we build a shovel. If we're stopped by a wall, we make a door. And if we can't make a door, we ask ourselves whether we really need an opening to pass through something solid in the first place. You point out that I'm not a ghost, and I do need an opening to pass through solid objects. No, that's your mistake. That's why you're still not thinking like a witch hunter. You're trying to do things right, and that's wrong. Mysticism means taking a step back, accepting that every law of reason and logic you abide by are merely one option of many. It means knowing you only see half the pictures in a world where everyone else thinks they see the whole thing. It means having the sheer arrogance to have humility. That's why I'm saying you have to think like a witch hunter. You have to be a little wrong to be completely right, to abandon truth in favor of questioning falsehood. If you think something's the easiest way, you have to know you're wrong. You have to understand how to stand against the very stance of understanding. You have to know you are inferior, that your knowledge and perceptions will never stand up to the true scope of all possible reality. You have to be a little further from perfect and embrace that notion. Can you do that, Jokajit? Can you make mistakes, fearlessly pursue the worst ideas, and be in... I'm the best mess up in Cyrodiil. Okay. Alright then. First things first, get rid of everything you know about magic. Sit, meditate, clear your mind, level up of any distracting thoughts. Katia, realize that there is a force acting against your own attempts of telekinesis that will forever pull that peg and everything else down. Ah yes, gravity. Know that gravity exists. Okay. The peg is a peg that does not do anything on its own. You cannot bend the peg. You cannot move the peg. You can only bend the force that pulls the peg down. Well, I know I'm looking at this wrong too, but perhaps try, well, not lifting the peg so much as make it stop falling. I'm a bit jumbled here, but see, gravity's keeping this thing down. Epic close-up. Magic symbols. Ooh. Aggie's been saying a lot of logically contradictory statements, but what if that's the key? What if talking about contradictory states of being for objects, and instead of changing the object, you change the rules governing it? Concentrate the magic around you. Shape it like you did when you made a fireball, but instead of moving the peg, just move its rules. Lifting a peg might be hard, but what if it's not being held down? Katia magic. What if you changed it so it's being held where you're looking? If you can focus on that rule, use your magic to hold that rule in place over the natural ones. All you need to do is... Oh, it's pixelating. Oh, oh, I think that gravity just got yeeted out of a circle and got replaced by I. Very symbolic. Look up. Better not be using Eye of Fear on accident right now. Yeah, that did it. Congrats, Katia. You figured it out somehow. Oh, oh, no, something's bad's about to happen. I did it. I did the thing. I'm telekinesing it. It's floating. I'm telekinesing and it's floating. I followed the magic and I could see it, like things about it, like the skeleton behind it, and I could move its bones. And did you see it? I just did. Oh, whoops, sorry about your face. I forgot I'm holding it with my eyes. How am I holding it with my eyes? No, wait. How much magicka is this using? With close range telekinesis like this, probably none at all. You're not actually burning magicka. We're doing anything a silencing spell would stop. You're just holding a simple chain in place. With practice, an Atronach like you could even use it as a siphon. Uh, oh, you say, that's, shockingly not bad, huh? Right, I think I'm kind of getting this. I'm gonna flip out and but solve that puzzle now, I guess, with my mind. It shouldn't be hard. Just have to get this turned the right way to get into the little hole. Katia, extrapolate. Wasn't there a flash the last time it was like Aggie extrapolate? Try letting it go and picking it up again. Now throw it in the air and hope it lands on the right side. Solve the puzzle like a witch hunter. Change the rules. Take all the pegs out and put them back in the order you want. Katia, see if you can move stuff without your hands instead with your hands instead of your eyes. Maybe change the puzzle's rules so it solves itself? You know what? Forget about the peg puzzle. You already solved the real puzzle, how to telekinesis. No excuses. Flip the table. Flip the table in happiness. Flip the table. Burn the puzzle. Be happy you did a thing. Make a wizard beard out of snow, Katia. Oh, you find this situation disconcertingly arousing. Super Saiyan Katia. Katia extrapolate. I knew that was a flash last time. Okay, what is this? Wow, I didn't need to enable Flash Player this time. It just worked. It stopped snowing. What what was that? Telekine telekinetic feedback means your body's accumulating to the ambient magic, using it more naturally, like stretching a muscle for the first time, and then learning to balance with it. It's perfectly normal. It doesn't feel normal. That's normal too. That's weird. Definitely not. I learned telekinesis. I did it. It- You were right. I'm literally a dark elf. I mean, yeah, I'm worthless and competent and out of my depth. I'm confused, I'm scared, and I have no idea what's coming next. But I did it. I really did it. And it feels, well, it feels like I shouldn't get my hopes up. It didn't end that well last time. It's just a little telekinesis, and I appreciate you showing me, and I'm glad I could do it, but I'm hardly a great mage because of it. It's just one basic spell. Nothing is just anything, Catface. What? I said nothing is just anything, and then called you Catface. Well, yes, I remember that part, but like a sword. A sword isn't just a piece of metal, it's a tool that can be both mystical. It's a complex tool that can be both masterfully made and masterfully wielded. And the guy holding the sword isn't just a soldier, he's a complex person with hobbies and a family and a childhood and probably a manuscript for really bad and cliche fantasy novels he's writing. Or even you. You're not just some dumb, fur-covered subhuman, you're... Okay, I forget who you are and why we are speaking, but you're not just that. Nothing's just that. You have to look behind things, see them for what they can be, not what they seem to be. You have to think like a witch hunter. Exactly! It's nice to meet someone who already knows this stuff. He's got dementia. There's Not a lot of witch hunting I can do with just a little telekinesis, though. A serious magic user could just turn me into a smudge before I could blink, then solve the problem with telekinesis. Back in the East, mages were taught to weave their energy around them into invisible armor. I, uh, don't think I have that kind of control. Then use what you do have. Be creative. That's a neat program for the tale. Be you. Hold Z to shield. Oh, well, cripes, I meant more creative than that. What? You don't like my shield? That's not a shield. That's literally a board. It's not even a very big board. I can make it work. I've got pretty quick reflexes. Then, let's see them. Is this about to be a snowball fight? Oh. Successful blocks. Oh, I did block that. Oh, come on. That was underhand and everything. It's my first time doing this. I'm still getting the hang of it. Just because it's your first time doesn't mean you have to act like it's your first time. You have to remember forward. I feel like we've had this conversation before. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. It's feeling a bit more natural. That's because it is natural. It's no different than learning to use any other tool, like dragging a plow across a field to harvest fruit, or using a hammer to remove its shells. I'm still not entirely sure you've ever seen a fruit before, or fully understand the concept of what a fruit is. There will be plenty of time to go on the fruit butcher later, but let's see how you handle real magic. Whoa. Oof. Getting quicker. Whoa. Hey, you moved. Whoa. Okay, don't touch him. Gotcha. About to break all of the shields. Well, he keeps moving. Stop trying to block and block. How am I supposed to do something without trying? Start with what comes natural to you, what you can do without even trying, and extrapolate into what you can't do. I'm pretty sure the only thing I can do without trying is running away, and something else. Then run headlong into things instead. You already know where to go, it's just a simple reversal of directions. I thought you said nothing was just anything? Well, yeah, you have to hold the shield in front of you first. Whoa. Can I? Nope, I can't. Okay. I was gonna try to grab one of his little attack things. Whoop. Whoop. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. Am I just supposed to dodge? Really? Again? I'm starting to think I was wrong about you. Was that a dark health joke? Do you seriously need to ask? Grab your shield and keep trying. You've almost got it. What shield? I don't have a shield no more. Is this just a survive? I'll take that as it's just survive now. I thought I was supposed to be blocking as much as I could, but it turns out this was supposed to be like a... Whoops. Like a... Dodge and weave. Dodge and weave, boys. Dodge and weave. Is that it? Did I make it? You stopped? That's all I've got. Well, almost all anyways. I've been casting frost spells for like an hour straight. I've got to hit a well and recharge. I'd have a long and arduous journey ahead of me. I could come. I've got a couple of days to, if not for the fact that I left a personal teleport mark back by my home ruins. Bye. Oh, whoa, wait. Hold on. You're leaving just like that? No, I'm bending the fabric of reality itself to teleport away. Leaving makes it sound so mundane and comprehensible. But I mean, I was learning and I was doing things, and you're just going to teleport away? You said yourself you were doing things, not me. Anything you can do. And probably even some of the things you can't. It's not because I was here. It's not even because I showed you how to. It's because you're something or other that I could relate to, and that made you objectively better than everyone else. Atronach? Elf? Secret Ghost? Who cares? You vaguely remember you being it. The point is, anything and everything is within your grasp, if you know how to grab it. Me? I've spent time in Bruma already. I forget why I'm even here. We're not in Bruma, we're in Kvatch. Don't be ridiculous. It never snows down in Kvatch. Take care of yourself, random Khajiit I don't remember meeting. You know where you're going from here? Yeah, I've got a witch to hunt. Perfect. Hold on, can I at least hug you before you go? Literally no. Successful blocks, don't worry, there are no prizes. Aw, I tried. Now what happens if I get through this with no blocks and just like fully... we'll see that eventually, probably. No, we aren't. I'm gonna go on. I'm actually gonna leave it here, with us finishing this extrapolation. Katia's learned there's a secret cellar, probably not suspicious, and the amulet was broken off in that previous scene a bit ago. Like during this, or before this, I think or was it here? Yeah, it was here where the amulet got broke. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll get to see Katia's new plan now that she has two complete basic spells under her control. Like, seriously, two whole spells. Wow, that's slight sarcasm. But I mean, if you've got no limits to one of the spells on what it could do, it could be very powerful for plans you have. Just needs some creativity. Well, like I was saying, see you in the next episode. So, till then, see ya.